Welcome to the first part of the Abrsm Music Theory Grade 1 video. In this lesson I will cover the following topics: note values, simple time signatures and tempo, the letter names of notes and music staves. Before we begin, please make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button so that you don't miss on any of the content that will be coming in the future. So often, when we're listening to music, we find ourselves tapping or nodding our heads to the beat of the music. One clear observation about the beat is that it is regular and even. In music theory, we can use certain symbols to represent these beats. The sign that we usually use for a single steady beat in music is called a crotchet or a quarter note. The value of two regular beats combined together is called a minim and is shown by this symbol. Two minim beats together will give us what we call a semi-brief, and this semi-brief will be 4 beats in total. If we divide the regular beat into 2 equal measures, that will give us 2 quavers or 2 eighth notes, and also if we divide a regular beat into 4 equal measures, what we get are 4 semiquavers or 4 16th notes. Here is a table showing you the division of these beats and their duration. 2 or more quavers can be beamed together like this. Likewise, 2 or more semiquavers can be beamed together like this. We can also mix these groups together like this. We can combine beats into groups of 2, 3, and 4, with the first beat being the strongest in these groups. These groups are what we call bars or measures in music. A bar line divides these groups into equal measures. When we write music, we have what we call a time signature at the beginning, and here are a few examples. The top number shows us the number of beats in a bar, and the bottom number shows us the type of the beat. A 4 at the bottom represents a crotchet or a quarter note, and an 8 at the bottom represents a quaver or an eighth note. Likewise, a 2 at the bottom represents a minim or a half note. Therefore, a 4/4 time signature would basically mean 4 crotchet beats in a bar, and a 3/8 time signature would be 3 quaver beats in a bar. The speed of a piece of music is called the tempo. A fast song can be referred to as being in a fast tempo. We can use a device called a metronome to indicate the actual speed written on the music score. This tempo marking would be interpreted as 90 crotchet beats per minute, and this would be 90 quaver beats per minute. The music alphabet uses the first 7 letters of the alphabet, that is A to G. Below is a labeled keyboard showing you where these notes are located. Notice that on the keyboard, you have black notes in groups of 2s and 3s. The realization of this will help you locate notes easily. For example, the position of C is always below the group of 2 black notes, whilst the position of F is always below the group of 3 black notes. All the other notes will fit in between like this. The music stave consists of 5 lines and 4 spaces. If a note is on the line, take note that the line runs across the note, and if a note is on the space, the note fits in between the 2 lines. The first line is always at the bottom, as well as the first space. For us to know the position of the notes, we use what is called a clef. There are 2 types of clefs that we will learn at this point. The treble clef is used to write higher sounding notes, whilst the bass clef is used to write lower sounding notes. Here is the position of the notes in the treble clef. To help us remember the position of these notes, we can use the following phrases. For lines, every good boy deserves fruits. For spaces, we can use the word face. In the bass clef, the position of the notes are given like this. To help us remember the position of these notes, we can also use the following phrases. For the lines, Gabby bought drums from Africa. For spaces, all cows eat grass. When you write on the steps, all the notes below the middle line should be written with the steps going up, and if the note is above the middle line or on the middle line, the stems should be going down. Sometimes we have to notate notes higher or lower than those that fit on the 5 lines and the 4 spaces. To do this, we use what we call ledger lines. These lines are not joined together. Here is an example of a stave extended to the ledger lines. The middle C on the piano can be written like this in both the clefs. This is the end of the first part of the grade 1 music theory based on the Abrsm syllabus. When you have gone through all the topics covered in this video, please go on and watch the second and last video in this series. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel.